Hey, hi guys. Welcome back to the tutorial series Figma 0 to 1. We have learned a lot, by the way. We have learned enough to create our first mobile application in Figma. Well, what are we gonna create? So let's think about it. How about a mobile application for our cafe? Absolutely, that sounds like a great idea, right? So we'll dive directly into the interface and we'll design the first two screens. The first one is gonna be a listing screen that is gonna have a lot of products that we have, our menu basically. It could be a list of coffee and some snacks that we serve, and then we'll have a checkout screen. So let's just quickly get into the interface and design. Well, we have our logo here because we're gonna need it a lot. So let's just keep it here. And when we are designing, we'll start with pressing F for the frames and we'll select iPhone 16. Awesome. And then as we decided, we'll have two screens. The first one is gonna be the listing screen and the second one is gonna be checkout screen. Well, the listing screen is gonna consist of all of the product listing that we'll have, right? And then the checkout screen will consist of the selected product or the selected coffee or snacks that the user would have selected, and then finally option to check out along with the some other detail that the product might have. Well, so let's get started. I think we're gonna need a couple of icons. So we'll go to plugins and then we go for manage plugins, and then we'll look for icon plugins. You'll find a lot of different this. My favorite is let's say Iconify, because yeah, there are, by the way, a lot of different plugins that you can use. All of this are powered by the community. All of different companies come in together and create this different plugins, not just for icons but for a lot of different purposes as well. So yeah, feel free to browse around and see how like what are your favorite plugins are that you can utilize on day-to-day basis while designing in Figma. So let's choose Iconify, and yeah, it comes with a lot of different icon sets. So you can choose any of the favorite. Let's go for material UI and search for hamburger menu, and here we go. Replace it on the top. Cool. We'll close it for now. You might also need an avatar. So for now, we'll give it a circle with height and width equal to 28. And increase the sizes a bit. Cool. We may also like to place our logo somewhere in between. It feels like we are heading somewhere, right? Well, again, for the avatar, we'll use a plugin and we'll select one of the random image that is available. So we'll go for plugins and then we'll search for my favorite for having such kind of images is Frappe. So we have photos by Frappe and I'll search for portrait. Let's just select this and see that it got it got filled in as I wanted as avatar. I think this can be better in terms of how it is being fit. So let's crop and we'll readjust the position a bit. Cool. Now comes the final part, that is having the cards for different products, right? So basically each of the menu item will consist of a picture, the title with description, and then let's say the quantity, the size of coffee. It could be small, it could be grand, and then finally the price. So let's just do a quick wireframe of how it's gonna look like. So we'll have an image, and then we'll have the title or the product name. Next, we're gonna have the description, right? Just to fill in the description, there are two ways. The first one is rewrite this, and then now this is a AI tool that is in beta officially by Figma. So you can use this tool to generate some random text that is there, and you also have option to do lorem ipsum that I think is a pretty much old school. So yeah, it gave us pretty really big description. So next thing that we want to do is reduce the size, right? So what we'll do is we'll have this number that we already had. Let's make it 16 for now. Okay, that name would be 16, and then this would be 16 divided by 1.618. What is 1.618? It's a golden number. It just makes sure that it creates the right resonance, right balance between different text sizes. And voila. What we'll do is I'll also remove this slash part as it's just a filler for now, right? After we have this, we need two more different elements. The first one is the size. Size is, let's say, small. We'll give option for selecting size in the checkout. So let's just give it a price. Let's say $5, right? So this is a very quick layout. So let's just start designing it. I feel that the color can be better. I want it to, resonate with a white layout that we are creating in here. So for me, I think this color works better. Also, we'll give it some radius. The radius of, let's say, 18 pixels. Next thing is we're gonna adjust the size of this image, and then we'll again use Figma AI to create an image. So we'll go for make an image, and we'll write cafe latte. It takes some time to generate, but I hope the result would be awesome. So yeah, we'll go on and select this image. We'll again give some radius so that it feels a little balanced. We'll adjust the height a bit so that it fits in perfectly. This feels fine, right? Now, some more things. I need to make sure that the entire thing is well aligned. So here comes the next magic by Figma, that is using auto layouts. You know that like this three can be grouped together so that it aligns perfectly, right? So I'll select all of this, and then I'll just hit on this icon, that is use auto layout. And you'll see something happened in here, that is it created a frame, and then there was a automatic selection of the space in between that was of 2 pixel. So the space between this element is 2 pixel as well as this is 2 pixel. So this helps in making sure that whenever you are dealing with multiple objects or multiple design elements, using auto layout will make sure that everything is aligned and spaced perfectly. I'll go ahead and I'll also select this element as well as the newly grouped element and use auto layout. Voila, we have it here. And then I'll select both of this and I'll align it perfectly. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that the height, the width of this auto layout that we have created, it will, it resonates better. Like what we're gonna do is we're gonna use auto layout for everything. We'll not use a rectangle, but we'll use auto layout. So let's just give it a fill in the background, and you'll see now it has a background. And finally, we're gonna give it some radius. We'll delete this and we have it here. Cool. Now we're gonna need a lot of this elements, right? So what I'll do is I'll create a quick component out of it. How to do that, Pranjal? Well, there's a button here that says create component. Well, the benefit of component is, let's say we have multiple variants of this component in here, right? So let's create, let's say 5 of this. And if I change anything in here, this is the master component. If I change anything, it will replace that particular element in all of the copies. So that makes sure that whenever we are changing on the master component, like everything is aligned as per the changes. So use of component is super mandatory whenever you are designing anything on large scale. So let's just quickly select all of these and give it a auto layout so that we make sure that whatever we are designing, it is spaced perfectly, it is aligned perfectly. We'll create a couple of more copies of this. Yeah, this feels fine, right? Yeah, this is center aligned as well. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna give this element a drop shadow. Now this is too harsh, so I'll make it 5. And I'll remove the blur. Yeah. So now it has a little 3D effect into it, right? You can go ahead and change any of it. If I want, I can make it. Oh, that's the wrong spelling. We can go ahead and say, well, I'm right now forgetting a lot of different names. Well, what could be next? Yeah. Now, ideally, we should also change the image, but for now, that is fine. Next thing, we need a navigation bar, right? They will consist of a couple of things. The first one would be home. Second one would be orders. Then there could be profile. I'll reduce the size to 12 for all of these. And we also have to select some real quick icons. So we'll again go to plugins and then we'll select iconify. Icons. And then the profile. How about this? We'll again go ahead and create a quick auto layout using all of this to make sure everything is aligned. You can use the align tool inside auto layout to make sure that everything is aligned perfectly. Let's just have a quick check on the spacing. Let's make it constant 4 for every of the menu option. And then we'll once again go ahead and use auto layout to align all of these. And voila, we are somewhere there, right? Let's quickly go ahead, create a group, and then we'll create a component again. Why? Because this screen is gonna be used at a lot of different places, right? So we have to make sure that whenever we are editing somewhere, it has to be super aligned. So paste the screen on both the places. Cool. Now comes the checkout part. Okay. So and just copy these and we'll paste it here. Ideally, we should also create a uh, component out of these so that like this remains again constant everywhere. So go ahead and have this image. We'll bring it here. Make it shorter. I think it's a little too big, right? So something like this. We'll have the description as well. We'll again create auto layout so that it is aligned perfectly. It does not create any problem. Next, we'll have option to select the quantity. So let's just create a quick design element for that. This sounds fine. We'll give it a constant color of what we have been using in here. We need one more icon, mostly a drop down icon so that user can select in here. You can select the user can select the number. I think something like this works. This is better. And voila. We'll select all of these and we'll again use auto layout so that everything is aligned perfectly. Select this board and we'll place it in a better way. It is aligned. Select and group. Voila. Now we have option to finally select the quantity as well. We can go ahead, we can group these as auto layout, and again finally both of these as auto layout so that it is aligned perfectly. Again it comes in a very well defined way. Now there's an option that user can of course select multiple things. They might order an Americano as well, so why not? After that, we'll let the user select their address. Let's select the icon for address. Let's go ahead and quickly give it auto layout. So yeah, I think you must be seeing that I'm using a lot of auto layout to align things perfectly whenever things are categorized together. So this is a very good practice. It just ensures that whatever you are creating, it is super aligned, the spacings are consistent and everything in those regards. Just again look for a plus icon. Let's just quickly create a plus icon. Along with that, I might need an ellipse as well. Voila, we have our own icon now. So finally, again, another auto layout. We'll make sure it is aligned in the center. Cool. We can finally work up the cost part of it. So let's give it a heading of head size of 16. And then we'll add different cost. Uh, so we have all the text elements that is required, but it is not aligned again, right? So we'll again use auto layout to make sure that everything is again aligned well. And how do we create an option? I want that the text should be left aligned on the left. The text on the left should be left aligned. The numbers on the right should be right aligned. That is possible by using this, like if select auto and regarding width. So the easy way to do it, like just select both of the text that you want to auto align, click on auto align, and then you'll see it automatically created a alignment. By default, this could be aligned center for you, but if you double click, you'll see a change in pattern. That is, it aligned the text on left as well as right. And now if you see, you'll notice that if you change the width of the frame, it will auto align itself. Let's go ahead and create the same with the cost aspects as well, cost breakdown as well. And yeah, so now we have a consistent aligned text, maybe not with this one. We'll select all of these and then we'll again click on auto layout. Awesome. Now we have both of our designs ready. So the next thing that we'll do is we'll go into the prototype mode and create a quick prototype. What I want is whenever I create on any of these cards, it should redirect to this page. So yeah, that can be done. Let's create a quick interaction, and on tap, I'll redirect to this page. So I'll repeat the same thing for all of the cards in here. So whenever I'll be clicking on card on the prototype view, you will be redirected to this page. So let's give it a try. Let's just click on play button, and yeah, we have our application in here. Let's click on the card, and yeah, we also are being redirected to this page. So voila.